I'm like Boyce Watkins. I don't give a fuck if you teach critical race theory in your schools, from elementary to high school, in your colleges. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you fucking teach it in the fucking bathroom at work. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. There's no more discussions. We don't need to have any more discussions, whites and blacks, about race. Nothing. Everything has already been lived out, and everything has already been discussed. Nothing in none of the 9 areas, to include sex. Blacks and whites don't need to have discussions about sexual relationships between one another, interracial relationships, or whatever you want to call it. No, that's already been played out. Yeah. How's that working for you, black people? How's that working for your asses, huh? How's it working for you? No more discussions about race with white folks. None. There's no need to. The problem with you black and brown people is you want to keep participating. White folks believe in a participatory universe. So every time you keep participating, you know what you're doing? You're giving them energy, and their frequency hijacking your asses. That's what they're doing. Stop going to their festivals. Stop going to their merrymaking. Stop going to all those celebrations. They're based on lies anyway. Okay? Evangeline was nothing but a myth created in the form of a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. But in the state of Louisiana, you have a parish named Evangeline. You have a city named Evangeline, and you have a town named Evangeline, all based on a goddamn myth. Thanksgiving is a myth. It's a lie. Thanksgiving is a lie. It's an in-your-face slap lie. It's a slap-in-your-face lie. Christmas, lies. St. Patrick's Day, lies. And you celebrating and going over there and celebrating and giving them your energy because, they believe in a participatory universe. And they're just giving you lies. Stop going to those festivals. I don't care what you need to tell yourself to stop going to them. Do a cost benefits analysis. And say, you know what? This ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Look at all the money that you have to spend just to go to a festival. I don't care if it's free or if they're charging $25 or $50. Look at how much money you're spending on getting your hair done, your nails done, makeup, new outfit. $200 and $300. $250 to $300. So go march your ass over there to a $50 festival. The hot dog is $5. It don't even come with chili. Just a one little piece of pork on a bread. And you pay $5.50 for that. The beer is gonna cost you $4.50. It's a 12 ounce. That po' boy got only 3 little shrimp on a big ass piece of bread with 2 little slices of tomatoes, some lettuce, some mayo, and some mustard. $6.50. $6.50. And then when you get over there, because people are so caught up in their little world, you're not going to even have fun anyway. Somebody's going to be able to talking about Trump. Somebody's going to be able to talking about Meghan Markle. And you're not going to have a good time, but you'll lie to yourselves. Just like Neely Fuller says, black people love lying to themselves. So in the end, you done spend $300 to $350, just preparing to go to this celebration. And then when you get over there, you spend at least $100 more. And then after all said and done, you really didn't have a good time. And then the next week, you're looking at trying to pay your rent. And you're short on your rent. Stop participating. They believe in a participatory universe. I know that we cannot totally bow out of their system, but you can stop participating in a lot of their shit. I'm not going to any more of those fucking festivals. None. Z to the motherfucking row. Zero. Zero. A white man told me the other day, he said the original Cajuns were black. They wasn't white. And this is right here in Louisiana, right here in this apartment. He said they weren't white, they were black. He said there's no way that a group of white people could have come from Nova Scotia, traveled all the way down the eastern seaboard, and then land up in Louisiana and still be alive. He said white people, he said only black people can do that because they that strong. You going to these festivals and you celebrating these lies and giving them all your energy, and all they doing is just frequency hijacking. So you can stay in power and you don't get nothing in return. Stop participating. And you know, Louisiana's bad about always looking for a savior. You know, they're more than willing to try and crucify Christ twice. If you're willing to be romantic and stay around and nail yourself to a cross, they're more than willing to allow you. In fact, they even, this is the only state that I know that will demand it of you. They will demand it of you. Always looking for another Sharon, always looking for another Bet Ricky, always looking for another Blanco. Somebody's going to give and give and give because they have some romantic idealization of the state of Louisiana. There's nothing here to romance. So when the shit goes down, let the shit go down. You know, says, stop worrying about. I know the noise irritates you, but don't worry about that because this land in this area is sinking. Louisiana is not only sinking, but it's going through also subsidence. And you're gonna get more and more sinkholes. So when they keep ripping and running down these streets over here in Lafayette, because the land is sinking, this apartment, you can tell it's sinking because nothing in here is level. The floor is not level. My computer desk is not level. I have things fall off of that all the time. So just keep on ripping and running. And eventually you bitches gonna run into a sinkhole right in the middle of Lafayette, in the middle of the goddamn street. And when that does happen, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna film that shit and put it on YouTube, and I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh the fuck off. I'm gonna laugh for about 15 minutes fucking straight. We just had a sinkhole over there in Lakeview, now didn't they, New Orleans? Didn't they? You have a whole town, a whole sinkhole. The sinkhole caved in the whole fucking town over here in Louisiana. So let them just keep on drilling. Let them keep on destroying it, because God got this. Yeah, he's getting ready to put a good. He's getting ready to open a good can of ass whipping on these people, man. In the state of Louisiana, he's getting ready to open a good can of ass whipping. Why they sit around here? Why they run around here, these legislators and these big oil and gas corporations, make all these side deals. Stop helping these people out. Stop helping them out. Don't go out there and help clean up nothing. Let them clean it up. The only thing you can do is demand that they clean up. Don't go out there and help them clean up nothing. You saw that man on that video, lube job. Because that was his livelihood, and he went out there, go help him clean up. His blood is full of benzene now, and he's been exposed to Corex, and he can't hardly remember anything. He has memory problems now. And they just love that shit. They just love that shit because all they do is they just, hey, you want to be stupid, you want to be romantic. You go ahead and do all the work for us. We'll just go, hang out with your state legislators and make these sweetheart deals, and come out even richer, while you come out even sicker, and poorer, and more destroyed. Let the shit cave in. Say the hell with it. If it sinks, if the whole fucking state sinks into the Gulf, so fucking what? So fucking what? If it slides into the fucking Gulf, so fucking what? So fucking what? That was not Bet Ricky's obligation to save the Louisiana Republican Party from David Duke, to the point where she ended up in New Mexico broke, homeless, pitiless, and dead on the floor. That was not her obligation. That was not the obligation of the people, that fish and shrimp, to go out there and clean up that core exit and that oil. What it does is it creates, just like the Bible say, a false balance, and that's an abomination unto the Lord. But a just weight is his delight. The only thing you can do is get together and demand through legislation, or just go over there and stomp their fucking heads that they clean it up, even if they gotta drink that shit up out the Gulf. But in the meantime, in between time, they going into these legislative sessions, to take away your guns by whatever means they can, so then they can just give you shots. But they gonna get a shot. And when God unleashes the fury through the whirlwinds of calamity, I don't feel sorry for Louisiana at all. Sure don't. I sure don't. I sure don't. I sure don't. That's not my obligation to pray for you. I was told to warn you, not pray for your filthy fucking asses anymore. Not pray for your filthy fucking asses anymore. You pray for yourself. You repent. You make recompense. And then you rebuild. Unless the Lord keepeth the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. Unless the Lord buildeth the city, they that build it, they that labor in vain. It is not one man's obligation to save this fucking filthy ass state, or one woman's obligation to save this fucking filthy ass state. Because as soon as they think the coast is clear from hurricanes, wake lows, tornadoes, water spouts, sharks, or whatever, they go right back to doing the same old fucking shit that they do over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Even before, the anniversary of Katrina and Rita, August the 6th. I'm getting blown around in a goddamn super sale. 30 people in a goddamn store. Ain't nobody came out there to help me. Right back to their old fucking ways. Less than a year of the anniversary of Katrina and Rita. 1 year, what was that, 2008? 2007, 2008, and it had to be 2008 because I didn't get to Terrebonne Parish until like 2008. Terrebonne and Lafourche, typical hurricane season, and I'm getting off the coast of Terrebonne and Lafourche, headed back to Calcasieu Parish. I'm in Calcasieu Parish, blew through Morgan City, after experiencing Rita, and looking at the destruction, and all the hurt people and dying people and crying people, doing Katrina. I blew through Morgan City and I was hyperventilating. I had to stop at that kiosk over there on 90, that kiosk over there in Bayou Vista, and get some water because I was hyperventilating. I was trying to get off that coast. And so I make it to Calcasieu Parish, and here they're closed and everything, and it's a three and a half hour drive. So I done put in 3 hours worth of driving, and they close and everything. They don't want to let you use their bathrooms, because they claim they had cleaned them up and people dirtying up the bathrooms. So I'm like, fine, I really need to use the restroom, and I couldn't go 30 more minutes because I had 30 more minutes of driving. So me living in my car, since I was living in my car already. Yeah, I had been living in my car for like a year and a half. And so I'm like, you know what, fine. I'm used to this anyway. I got a cup, because I always keep a cup, because I lived in my car. I'm peeing in my cup, in my car. And I had to change my tampon, I had to take that tampon out. So I pulled that tampon out, put it in that cup full of piss, and just threw that piss and that bloody tampon right in the middle of their fucking parking lot of that fucking convenience store. Yeah, it's a convenience store on Highway 14. What the fuck you gonna do about it? That was in 2008. It's 2021. There's a statute of limitations on that shit anyway if you want to fucking do something. And I hadn't been to Calcasieu Parish in 2 years, so fuck off. Yeah, I peed in that cup in my car, pulled that tampon out of me, stuck that bloody tampon in that cup with that piss, and then threw it in their fucking parking lot. Yeah, up the convenience store. So, if anybody was wondering, you know, why was there a bloody tampon in the parking lot of a convenience store? That was me. That was me. Yeah, I'm the one that threw that bloody tampon in that cup of piss in your parking lot. But anyway, after that, got in my car and rode over to, you know, venting. But, you know, they go back to the old ways, you know. And why would you do that? You know, there was some black people working, you know, in the store, some black females, because they're trained to be subservient to white folks. They're they're trained to be subservient. White people tell them, don't let nobody use the restroom. It could have been a 90-year-old woman that had to pee, you know. And, you know, she couldn't take any more piss in her Depends underwear. And they still wouldn't have let her. You know, a 90-year-old black woman with a walker. They still would have followed the white man's rules. So, I had to pee, and I couldn't wait 30 more minutes. So, I pissed in the cup, because I was used to living in my car. And I used to getting up in the middle of the night peeing in a cup. When you live in your car. So you get up, so, you know, piss in the cup, pull the bloody tampon out of me, put it inside that cup, and then threw that piss and that bloody tampon right in the parking lot of the convenience store. I sure did. What the fuck you gonna do about it? You can't do not one goddamn thing about it. You can't do shit about it. But anyway, and they're complaining about the price of gas. That same year, gas was $5.50 during hurricane season. And Bush was in office. Yeah, gas was $5.50. And when I got home, because I had to leave there and go over to New Caney, Texas, that's where we were going to evacuate at, $55 of gas in my car. That's how much it costs to gas up my tank. Over $55. At one point, I took the nozzle. I was like, is this shit just pumping air? So you complain about gas prices. In 2009, during hurricane season, gas is $5.50. What is like $2.39 now? $2.93? Whatever. I haven't driven a car in a while, so I don't look at the price of gas. But I know it ain't $5.50. I know it's not $5.50 like it was in 2008. That I know. They're sitting on those wells anyway. They got those capped. They got a bunch of them capped. And they got all of them. They find all and they cap them. And then they move to another place and they drill and they'll find some more and they'll cap them. So they're sitting on a ton of oil. Yeah, they're sitting on a bunch of oil. Because they just capping those wells. But anywho, like I said, you know, we're going to keep going through this because, you know, we're at like C- working on D+. And this is our proving ground. This is not your playground, okay? Okay, tribes, Judah and Israel, whatever you want to call yourself, 12 tribes. This is not your playground. This is your proving ground. So that's why we got to keep coming back here. This is why we're going to most likely keep coming back here. Vaughn 2 Cut is because this is our proving ground. But, you know, a lot of our people, you know, they're participating, you know, and a lot of our people acting like this is our playground, not our proving ground. You know, they're treating it like it's a playground instead of a proving ground because they want to just keep participating. Yeah, you got a lot of them that are willingly participating on the other side. And they know that. A lot of these Freemasons, they know, and they have made deals to participate. So we can just keep coming back here. And we like C-, working on D+. Stop participating. I know we can't completely bow out of their system, but you can stop participating in a lot of things. And the first thing that you stop doing is you stop celebrating all those lies. Stop celebrating their lies and their myths. Stop going to those festivals. Stop going to those goddamn celebrations. Stop participating.